Safety on campus is a continuing conversation this week after another student was almost a victim of a nighttime theft. Coming up, we'll have the latest details and reaction following yesterday's report.
The Texas Tech Career Center is a well-known resource for students looking for employment, but job fairs are only one of the many types of events the group hosts each year. MCTV's Matthew Zimmerman has the details on a different type of fair that helps some students decide to continue their education after graduation.
And the Texas Tech soccer team headed to Arizona this weekend with a winning record in a national ranking. But could the team leave the Grand Canyon States without a loss? MCTV's Austin Seat has the scores and highlights from the Wildcat Invitational in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Reagan Ranzer.
And I'm Allison Monacelli.
We have more breaking news today after the tech community received a report of another crime on campus in less than a week. Yesterday evening, an email was sent out to faculty, staff, and students regarding an attempted robbery that took place on Tuesday evening between 10:30 and 11 p.m. A white male appeared from behind in some bushes of Ergonosity Park and approached a student asking for their belongings. The student ran to their vehicle parked in Commuter West. The suspect was described as a 25 to 30-year-old white male, approximately 5 foot 5 inches tall, with an athletic build, brown hair, and a thin mustache. He was wearing a white tank top and blue baggy basketball shorts. There has been no information as to whether or not Tuesday's incident is related to an armed robbery that occurred earlier this week on Monday morning. Both reports have brought up safety concerns for students, especially for those who walk across campus after dark.
I was kind of freaked out, especially because I parked like right over there. And sometimes I'm walking around at night because I get bored. Then when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, like it was kind of scary.
In light of recent crimes on campus, Texas Tech Police is urging the campus community to take additional steps to ensure their safety, such as making sure your cell phones are charged and with you, being aware of your surroundings, trusting your instincts, and looking out for your friends. If you are aware of any suspicious activity on campus, you are asked to report it to the Texas Tech Police Department by calling 806-742-3931.
In other news, students looking for options to continue their studies outside of Lubbock have had the chance to learn about dozens of opportunities during an annual event. The Texas Tech Office of International Affairs hosted the Study Abroad Fair yesterday in the Sub Ballroom. Starting at 11 a.m., students were able to learn more about options outside of the U.S., how to pay for study abroad, and also had the chance to talk to students who have gone on trips in the past. Bethany Kowitsky, lead counselor in the Study Abroad office, says students can gain a lot from taking courses beyond the Texas Tech campus.
It can help them with certain skills, critical thinking skills, adaptability, independence, things like that. And so studying abroad really helps them gain these skills, but it looks fantastic on a resume because only 2% of U.S. college graduates do it.
Yesterday's Study Abroad Fair wrapped up around 3 p.m. If you weren't able to make it to this year's fair, the staff in the Study Abroad office is always available to help students explore their options. Visit studyabroad.ttu.edu for a full list of trips, along with contact info to set up an appointment with a Study Abroad counselor.
Just over 2 years ago, Texas Tech was fully recognized as a Hispanic serving institution. And all this week, the university has hosted a series of events to celebrate the importance of that designation. On Monday, Hispanic Serving Institution Week kicked off a special celebration in the Red Raider Plaza. The event featured food, music, giveaways, and representations from Hispanic organizations from across the campus. The kickoff of the celebration was also a chance for the entire tech community to learn more about the university's HSI status.
The importance of Hispanic Serving Institution Week is to spread the message about our designation as an institution, of how we intentionally serve Hispanic Latinx students, as well as how that benefits all of our students at Texas Tech. This provides opportunities for us to be the best institution and continue that tradition of understanding from here it's possible.
The HSI Week festivities continued last night with the annual El Grito celebration in Ergonosity Park, and the schedule will conclude with a special movie screening tomorrow night. The recent hit musical In the Heights will be shown tomorrow night at 7 p.m. at Cinemark Movie 16. Following the film, a special guest, Julio Ricardo Valero from Fortudo Studios will be on hand for a conversation about the Latinx representation in the media. Tomorrow's screening is free and open to the public. It's been another warm week here at the Tech campus, but as predicted, temperatures have been slightly cooler over the past few days. It would nearly reach 100 degrees over the weekend.
That's true, Reagan. Highs have stayed at or below 90 degrees all weekend, and it's been noticeably cooler in the mornings. But will we continue to see 80-degree highs as we end the week? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. Bright and sunny skies have been the norm on the MCTV tower cam most of this week, and we're seeing more of the same today. Temperatures started out in the upper 60s this morning, and it looks like it should warm up to near 90 degrees before sunset. Tomorrow, conditions should be very similar, but we'll see a slight warm-up with the highs climbing into the mid-90s. But that should be the warmest temp we'll see this weekend, with both Saturday and Sunday's forecasting right around 90 degrees. Sunny skies are also expected all 3 days, setting us up for a very nice weekend. On Saturday, the second home football game of the season will include mild conditions with an average temperature of 85 degrees, clear skies, and winds around 10 miles per hour. Looking ahead, 80-degree temperatures and the return of some clouds look to be in store as we head into the first week of fall.
Throughout the year, students have had the chance to learn more about the options available during and after their college career through career and opportunity fairs. And last week, one of those events gave attendees a chance to learn about the options to continue their education after receiving their undergrad degree. MCTV's Matthew Zimmerman stopped by the sub to find out more.
Very informative. I've been here for a while. I've actually almost been to all of the tables, even things I'm not really interested in, but they have interest me, so it's been very informative.
On Wednesday, the Texas Tech University Career Center hosted their Fall 2021 Graduate and Professional School Fair. Seniors and other students interested in higher education gathered inside the sub ballroom from 11 to 3 p.m. to explore different possibilities for graduate school.
We like to invite all of the graduate school programs that are here at Texas Tech, but as well as around the state, just for students to get the opportunity to learn what's out there and maybe what they need to start doing to prepare to apply to graduate school, what classes they might need, what the application looks like, how can they make themselves a better applicant and more competitive to get into certain programs, just to get them a lead start and prepare better.
Students were able to communicate and network with different university recruiters from Texas as well as out of state, gaining knowledge, suggestions, and advice about the different options for higher education, from medical and nursing schools to law and health science schools, and much more.
So I talked with like three booths, I think, 3 tables, and I just got the information about the career that I really want to pursue after my master's, right? My eventual career plan. And I got a lot of information how to like approach, how to, get the scholarship, how should I prepare, and it is really insightful.
Graduate and Professional School Fair attendees like myself were given various incentives for our stay and interest in this event, such as this t-shirt and other incentives as well.
We help you with anything related to the career development process. So not just finding a job, but for applying to graduate school, figuring out what you want to do after your undergraduate, whether it be graduate school, going into the military, looking for a job, extending your education, whatever it is, but we can help you definitely. So whatever avenue you're looking at, we can help explore that.
For any students looking for more information regarding this event and future University Career Center events, you can do so by reaching out to their email address at careercenter@ttu.edu, or you can reach them at their phone number, which is 806-742-2210. For MCTV, I'm Matthew Zimmerman. Back to you.
Thanks, Matthew.
The Texas Tech football team is only 1 week away from heading into Big 12 play. And even though the current team will be hitting the field at the Jones on Saturday for their last non-conference showdown, a couple of former players will also be in the spotlight during an annual ceremony.
MCTV's Austin Seat joins us now with all the details on this special recognition in sports. Austin?
Thanks, Reagan and Allison. After 2 weeks of football, the Texas Tech Red Raiders are now 2-0 going into Game 3 against Florida International this Saturday. And along with the game day festivities, Tech Athletics is inducting 2 players into their Ring of Honor. Elmer Tarbox, one of the first greats in Red Raider football history, has been selected for induction into the prestigious Texas Tech Ring of Honor. Director of Athletics Kobe Hokut announced this past Wednesday. Tarbucks played 3 seasons for the Red Raiders from 1936 to 1938, quickly developing into one of the most prominent two-way players in the country. Tarbucks was an honorable mention All-American selection as a halfback as a senior after leading the country in yards per catch, while also finishing 7th in the nation in rushing yards and 10th for receiving yards. Tarbucks will become the 7th member of the Ring of Honor when he is posthumously enshrined alongside fellow 2021 inductee Michael Crabtree. Prior to Texas Tech's meeting against Florida International this Saturday, the duo represents 2 different eras of Red Raider football, with Tarbucks starring in its early stages and Crabtree in its more recent years. The Red Raiders will face Florida International this Saturday at 6 p.m. You can catch coverage of the game on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Moving over to the pitch, the Lady Raider soccer team is returning from the Wildcat Invitational, where they split the 2 games played against Arizona and Arizona State. In Game 1, number 21 Texas Tech extended its winning streak to a 5 with a 2-1 victory over Arizona, with Kirsten Davis and Ashley Williams scoring goals on Thursday in their first game in the Wildcat Invitational at the McCully Soccer Stadium. The Red Raiders opened their 2-game road trip to Tucson, with Davis striking first for her 36th career goal before Williams scored her 3rd goal of her freshman year for a 2-0 lead. TTU finished the game with a 19-10 total shots advantage, including a 7-6 shots on goal margin. Davis scored her goal in the 49th minute, where she essentially went coast to coast for an unassisted goal, while Williams scored the game winner in the 62nd minute off an assist from Davis. The Wildcats fell to 2-3 with the loss. In the second game, number 21 Texas Tech suffered its first loss of the season to Arizona State on Sunday. The team fell short in their comeback attempt in the second half with goals by Kirsten Davis and Charlotte Teeter on the final day of the Wildcat Invitational. The Red Raiders trailed going into half 1-0 as ASU scored 1 minute before the half. ASU then bumped its lead to 3-0, scoring in the 53rd and 60th minute. Shortly after, Davis cut the deficit down to 2 with her 6th goal of the season in the 64th minute. TTU carried that momentum and continued to push, winning a free kick just outside the box. The set-piece opportunity was taken by Teeter, who blasted a shot into the upper left corner for her first goal of the year. Down the stretch, the Red Raiders recorded 1 shot on goal and won 2 corner kick opportunities, but the comeback attempt was denied as the Sun Devils held on for the 3-2 win. The Red Raiders will return to action facing Eastern Washington at the John Walker Soccer Complex on Sunday at 1 p.m. In Olympic news, former Olympic gymnasts Simone Biles and Aly Raisman were among those to tell the Senate Judiciary Committee on Wednesday morning that a current and former FBI agent should be held accountable for badly mishandling the Bureau's investigation into Larry Nassar, the disgraced former doctor for Team USA. It truly feels like the FBI turned a blind eye to us, an emotional Biles told the Senate hearing Wednesday, adding that agents should be federally prosecuted to be held fully accountable. Biles was joined by multiple senators who questioned why the Department of Justice did not pursue criminal charges against the agents. The senator said that a Justice Department official declined an invitation to answer questions directly during Wednesday's hearing. Raisman told the senators it took over 14 months for FBI agents to contact her after her initial report of Nassar's sexual assaults to USA Gymnastics in June of 2015. While the initial report provided to the FBI languished, Nassar continued to see patients for more than a year. Dozens of young women and girls say they were sexually assaulted by Nassar during that time period. Biles and Raisman testified alongside former Olympic gold medalist Michaela Morney and former world and NCAA champion Maggie Nichols, who first brought Nassar's behavior to the attention of USAG officials in June of 2015. Biles also called for officials from the USAG and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee to be held accountable. Nassar remains in federal prison, where he is serving a 60-year sentence for child pornography charges that stem from material police found on his property in September of 2016. He also pleaded guilty in 2018 to 10 counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct in Michigan State Court, which added as long as 175 years to his prison sentence. Well, that's all for sports. Back to you, Reagan and Allison.
Thanks, Austin. So, Allison, are you going to this weekend's game against Florida International?
I am, and I'm very excited because my first tailgate of the year, I missed Shaq last weekend because I was out of town, but I'm excited to be in Lubbock again.
Okay, well, hopefully you have a good time this weekend. Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.